Live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, for your next Maine adventure, will begin shortly.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody is enjoying their Thursday night. We've had that spring feel out there with some towns warming into the 50s again. Portland did nudge 50 degrees before the sea breeze kicked in today. We have a little rain on our doorstep tonight. Some areas will get a little bit of snow. The weekend, sort of an up and down weekend. I think Saturday's probably the best part. However, Sunday afternoon may end up being sneaky nice as well. We are tracking some more rainfall for not only tonight but tomorrow morning, but also another round of rain moves in on Sunday, and the mountains will get a little bit of snow. All right, thanks for joining us tonight on, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Thanks for checking in on our Rennie's sponsored little weather extra to outline what's going to come up this upcoming weekend. All right, let's waste no time and jump into our first weather system that's moving in for tonight. Let's try to widen this out, take a look at the map. We have the leading edge of some of that rainfall already trying to get into parts of Vermont. I've been highlighting about 1 a.m. to about 1 p.m. for Friday for most of our precipitation. So this is going to be primarily a morning event tomorrow. The afternoon just looks mainly cloudy, and it's a chilly rain from many areas. Let's widen things out. You can kind of see where the storm system is. This is bringing with it some rainfall that's making its way right up through the Great Lakes into western parts of New York. There's actually a fair amount of severe weather working its way through the Mississippi River Valley tonight. There's been multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings. We're not expecting anything like that here. Instead, we're just going to get the rain and a little bit of snow. So let's see how this pans out tomorrow morning. You'll need the windshield wipers heading off to work or school. Areas in green, that's where we have the rain. Areas in the blue, that's where we have the snow. So the mountains will get a little bit of snow. This is the time of year it needs to snow pretty much at night in order for us to get decent accumulations outside of the mountains. So I think there will be some spots in eastern Maine, northern Maine, and even central Maine that see some wet snowflakes mixing in tomorrow, but you might get a coating on the grass. I think the roads will be just fine. They'll probably just be wet as temperatures look marginal. Saturday's probably the best part of the weekend. It's a mixture of both sun and clouds. There may be a brief passing shower that day, and the reason for that, there's some cold temperatures aloft. So I think the freezing level is around 2,000 feet or so, while air temperatures try to get to around 50 degrees. It's going to be in the low 30s at just a few thousand feet up. So any clouds get going have the chance to produce some scattered showers. So I think Saturday is one of those days where you might get a passing shower. If you do get a more robust shower, hail is possible, but I don't think that's the case just due to the low freezing levels. And then as we go into Sunday, our next weather maker moves in, particularly during the morning. The afternoon may end up being a lot better on Sunday. So here's that next weather system that brings some rain for most areas. The mountains will see a little bit more snow. Both tomorrow's system and again Sunday morning system, not big storms at all, but enough to bring some wet weather, enough to need the windshield wipers, enough to need the raincoats again. But that moves out pretty quickly. I think the afternoon Sunday might end up being sneaky nice. If we can get into enough sun, we're going to send temps back into the 50s. So there you go. It gets a little bit cooler next week. All right, here's a closer inspection on Storm Tracker. 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. is what we've been highlighting for most of the rainfall tomorrow. And it's a chilly rain with temps in the upper 30s and low 40s, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, here we are at about 7 o'clock in the morning. I think we're still dealing with that rainfall for all of southern and central Maine. Those of you in the Route 2 corridor, right up in here, points north, you're probably dealing with some snow. That's a bad line for Route 2. Route 2 is what? Right up in here? I don't know. I was close. But Route 2 is always the dividing line. We always use that one. But you kind of see it snowing in the mountains. Now, what's going to be interesting about tomorrow is cooler air is going to slowly drain its way in. So I would not be shocked to see areas like northern Androscoggin County, Kennebec County flip over to a little bit of snow to end this out. And you might get enough to coat the grass, but the roads will probably just be wet. And then we're just left with a lot of clouds. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's just mainly cloudy. Now it's going into Saturday now. We have a mixture of both clouds and sun. High temps will be around 50 degrees. Now the cool thing about Saturday is the freezing level is at like 2,000 feet. So the warm up we get at the ground level, that's going to produce some pop-up clouds, maybe a pop-up shower. And it looks like Saturday's probably the best part of the weekend. Sunday afternoon may end up being sneaky nice, but it looks like Saturday day should be okay with a mixture of both clouds and sun. And our next weather maker, there it is, early Sunday. So most of the wet weather Sunday is probably going to be during the morning hours. It looks like the afternoon will be a little bit brighter and quite a bit warmer. If we get into sun with a true west wind Sunday, I'm not going to rule out some mid-50s. It's possible. But we have to get the rain to move out by midday, and that might be a challenge. I think we'll do it, though. So Sunday afternoon, I'm going with developing sun and warmer temperatures. So wettest part of the next 3 days, morning on Friday and morning on Sunday. Other than that, I think we'll be in decent shape. Let's take a look at, I think the 7-day forecast is coming up next. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, actually, we have the rain tracker. Folks might be wondering how much rain we're getting. We have the rivers recede, which is good. The mud's been drying up last few days. That's been good as well. And we'll add in another 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. So will that be enough for river flooding? Probably not. So I think we're probably in good shape in that category. But enough that, it's going to be kind of a cool, wet, raw start to the day. Tomorrow, some of that precip you see there will be falling as snow. So the mountains get probably 2 to 4 inches of snow. Higher elevations in the mountains get 2 to 4 inches of snow. That heads up into the western mountains of Maine, White Mountains in New Hampshire. The coating goes from Freiburg to Bridgeton up to central northern Androscoggin County. These areas will probably get a coating, maybe a coating on the grass. I think the roads will be fine. This is the time of year where where you really need to snow at night for decent accumulations. So we'll see, though. I think many of you inland will probably get some wet snowflakes mixing in, especially in central Maine. Those areas will probably end this with a little bit of wet snow on the backside here. Tonight we have lows in the 30s, rain developing. There's that rain tomorrow morning that will give way to just clouds by afternoon. So if your plans take you out and about afternoon, evening tomorrow, I think we're in good shape. And it looks like Saturday is probably a decent day as well. So there we go. Let's take a look at the 7-day. There it is. Some morning rain tomorrow. Sun and clouds Saturday. Maybe a passing shower Saturday. Sunday we have some morning rain. The afternoon will feature a little bit of sun. And if we can get into enough sun, low 50s are possible. It gets cooler next week. I think most of next week will be quiet and storm-free. There will, however, be a storm that develops, I think, 1 week from Saturday. And I'm not quite sure how that's going to go down. Right now, it does not look like a solid high to the north that keeps cold air in place. So it might be one of those where, we get mixed precip to rain. That was way down the road. But the storm pattern will become more active starting next weekend. And there is some cool air around. There's some cool air in Canada. So I'm not going to rule out some more snow before this is all said and done. Your inland forecast, temperatures look pretty similar here. I included mountain snow both tomorrow and again on Sunday. Those of you in central Maine, though, even into northern Androscoggin County, Bridgeton area, go back to Freiburg, these areas, you'll get a little bit of snow on the backside of this tomorrow morning. Maybe enough to coat the ground, but my guess probably not enough to accumulate on the roads. So it's probably going to work out. But worth watching. And Christian will be in tomorrow morning with the latest information on that. If you're just joining us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, here's a quick lowdown of how this system goes. Notice a little bit of that rain coming in. And that rain is with us into the morning tomorrow. Temps are marginal, even where it is snowing, so it's not going to be great efficiency of accumulation. But then it moves out by probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, let's check some of your comments. Barbie says, good evening. Good evening to you, Barbie. Hope things are going well with you. Yes, Connor, some models are definitely showing some snow for tomorrow. I think most models are. This is one of those models right there. There you go. There's a little bit of snow, not much. But even down to the coastline, you could get a few wet snowflakes mixing in, but shouldn't be a big deal, I don't think. Best chance for accumulations will be the areas in the blue. So that is that. Jim says, no more rain and snow, please. Next week will be good for you, Jim. I think you'll be in good shape. Looks like our rainfall Friday will be in the morning, rainfall Sunday will be in the morning, And next chance for precip after that might be next Saturday. So we're probably in good shape there. So speaking of rain, there's some of the rain. That's what we're expecting. So, all right. I hope I answered everyone's questions. Travis, good evening to you as well, buddy. Good evening, Jim, Barbie, Connor. Looks like everybody's checking in here. I appreciate that. I think we will leave it at that this evening. So hope everybody has a nice night. A little bit of rain coming in, a little bit of snow in some areas. Afternoon's better tomorrow. Saturday's decent. Afternoon, Sunday's okay. Hey, there'll be green on the radar this year on your St. Patrick's Day. There you go. But I think some sun will make an appearance just in time for maybe go outside and grab a Guinness or something. That sounds like a good thing to do on Sunday. All right, folks, have a nice night. Thanks for joining us tonight. And thanks for Rennie's for sponsoring our segment here. And hope everybody has a good weekend. Take care.
Live, interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next main adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.